I can start. Hi, my name is Sarah Rodriguez, and I am an associate professor in the Department of Higher Education and Learning Technologies. My research focuses on three main areas, so looking at Latinx students, community colleges, and STEM fields in particular. I study identity and college environments as well.
Sort of a shy group we are. My name is Mary Jo Donlinger, and I lead our programs in educational technology. And we'll be telling you a little bit more about those, I guess, momentarily, but I'm happy to have you with us.
Hello, I'm Dr. Guan. I'm assistant professor, and also I am a program coordinator for Masters in Organization Learning and Technology. Good to see you all.
Hi, my name is Jo-Hyun Kim, and I am associate professor in higher education program, and also I am master's program coordinator, and my research and interest is the student transition from high school to college, and especially I'm interested in student success and access of privileged student, like minority student and LGBTQ student and international student and immigrant students. Good to see you all.
Hello, I am Sungwon Yoon. I am the doctoral program coordinator, EDD in higher education. I teach and research in areas of leadership and evaluation and data analytics. Welcome, everyone.
Okay, hi, this is Anjum Najmi. I'm faculty with the Educational Technology Library Science program. I have a background in technology and library science, and it is really good to see you all today.
Hello, my name is Tony Lee. I am an assistant professor in the Department of Higher Education and Learning Technologies. Welcome.
Hi everyone, I'm Katie. I am an assistant professor of higher education program. This is my 4th year working for this department, and I teach different classes depending on different semester. But I'm teaching mostly intro to higher education and research methodology, and I teach student affairs administration. My specialty is in student affairs, so if you have any questions about student affairs administration or student affairs professional, let me know. I'm here to support you. Welcome, everyone.
And lastly, it's me. I was the former department head of higher ed and learning technologies. I'm a professor of higher education. My interests are primarily in organizational theory, any form of evaluation from institution all the way down to college students. I'm interested also in intercollegiate athletics. I'm interested in diversity and inclusion issues. Anything to do with higher ed administration, how it works and how it can improve is something that always interests me. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Tan. And we have one more faculty member who was not able to join us, and that's Dr. Michael Ponton. And he's a professor in the higher ed program as well. All right.
Okay.
I think we're ready.
Okay. Go ahead and share my screen. Okay. So just to start off with, when you're thinking about a graduate degree, you know, just kind of thinking about some of the things and why you would want to get a graduate degree. basically advancing in your career, honing your professional skills, maybe a potential of a higher salary. So those are some of the reasons that when students call me, they'll ask, what is this graduate degree going to do for me? And so those are some of the things that you can think about. The graduate application process, I want to go over that with you all. It's very simple for our university. Every university has their own process. Ours goes through Apply Texas. So you may just want to take a photo of that. After this presentation, I will be sending this out to everyone that has registered. But basically, you would go to applytexas.org. Apply Texas does not allow you to submit documentation. Any documentation that you need for the admissions process goes directly to our graduate school. You can do that one of two ways. You can email the documentation directly to the student services coordinator, or you can upload it on MyLeo. Transcripts have to be official, and those can be electronically done through your university that you came from. If you are a former A&M Commerce student, just select A&M Commerce as the last school attended on Apply Texas, and then our coordinators in the graduate school will pull your transcripts. So that's basically the application process. Tuition and fees. We now have a tuition and fee calculator on our webpage, and the link is here as well for you. Full-time graduate students are usually considered 9 semester credit hours. Anything 9 or less is considered part-time. If you are, and I'll go over this in the next slide for financial aid, financial aid requires that all students enroll in at least 6 semester credit hours or more. If you are interested in financial aid is usually reserved for master's and doctoral students only. Graduate certificates or professional certifications do not usually qualify for financial aid. So that is how our financial aid works here. So you may just want to take a photo of that. Any questions so far? Scholarships, we do have scholarships, and we do have a scholarship portal. They usually open in October, and they are available for graduate students. You just have to search and look to see what's available on our site. Right now, we have a special offer for those that are employed with a public school or community college or a parochial school. We have the Quick Start Grant, and that is basically a discount off of your tuition. It's a continuous grant, and so it follows you through your program. It covers 36 hours of a master's degree and 60 hours of a doctoral degree. And that's as long as you begin in the spring semester. Graduate assistantships, those are usually reserved for those that are seeking a master's, a specialist, or a doctoral degree. Those are very competitive. We ask that if you are interested in a graduate assistantship, that you go to Hire a Lion, and that is where you can put in for any kind of a graduate assistantship. Also asking the departments and working with your faculty to see if there's any graduate assistantships available is really the course of action for that. All right, so now we're going to go into program information, and we'll start off with Dr. Donlinger.
Hello again. I noted that there were a few who signed up for this session that were interested in our Masters of Science in Educational Technology Leadership. It is a program for students who are interested in technology integration in K-12 schools. Largely, I mean, I would say a little over 90% of the students in the program are teachers in K-12 schools in Texas. However, if you are interested in technology integration at the post-secondary level, this is the program that would focus on that, in contrast to Dr. Kwan's program, which is more about, well, it pertains to teaching and learning and technology in business and workplace settings. So there's some of that certainly that applies to higher education settings, but if you're looking for to learn how to use technology to support instruction in formal educational settings like K-12 or colleges and universities, then the EdTech Leadership Program is the one for you. It is 100% online. It is only 30 hours. We do have compressed courses. They follow a 7-week format so that we can offer students can take 2 courses each semester, each long semester, while only taking 1 at a time, which is quite beneficial to those who are working full-time. Application requirements are listed there. And I think that that is all that I really wanted to hit from this. Questions from anyone about that? There's contact information right here if you do have questions, or happy to talk with you by phone. I know that information isn't on this particular slide, but I could post it in the chat, or you can send me that email and we can set up a time to talk. I do also want to tell you about our Masters of Science in EdTech Library Science, which is essentially an educational technology master's degree with school librarian certification. So it has the core coursework for our educational technology leadership masters, but combined with the coursework required for school librarian certification in Texas. We do so because it is coupled with that certification. It is a little bit longer of a program. It's 36 hours instead of 30. And there are some additional admission requirements because of State Board of Educators certification mandates. I'm not going to talk too much about the library science or the school librarian certification portion of this program because we do have a coordinator who deals directly with that, Dr. Najmi, and I believe she is coming up on future slides.
Hello, everyone. This is Anjum Najmi, and as Dr. Donlinger pointed out, our Masters of Science in Educational Technology Library Science is an EdTech degree along with school librarian certification. The nice thing is it's all online, 7-week course sessions. The portion for the library science in which you do practicum, that is also online, but it's for a 15-week course. The advantage of taking a program like this is you do your concentration in educational technology, where you learn about technology integration, which is a primary area for school librarians. And at the same time, you do some coursework in school librarian certification. So it gives you a little bit of both. And once you complete your coursework, you sit for the test, and then you get your certification in school librarianship. We we have most of our classes during the fall and spring semester. We have summer sessions. Our practicum for school librarianship is in fall and spring. My contact information is on here. If you have a question, feel free to ask about it in this session or just email me. I'm also available to chat with you directly via Zoom. So it was really nice meeting you all, and I hope we have some further questions. Contact me if you do.
Hello, this is Jo Kim, and I'm Associate Professor in Higher Education Program and also Master's Program in Higher Education Program Coordinator. Our program is for students who want to teach and work as administrator and staff in colleges and universities, including community colleges. And our courses, all courses can be taken via online, and it takes usually from 1.5 years to 2 years to complete the program. And the biggest strength of our program is, as you can see, we have great faculty members. They will be your advisors and mentors and friends from the beginning of the program to the end of the program. Also, sometimes and many times after you graduate program, we have had many students who keep the connection with the faculty members as well. Our program has a long history and numerous alums. So taking and obtaining degree from us not only help students to be leaders in this field, also it can be a great opportunity for networking opportunities. And if you have, there in the slide, there is some information about our program. And also, we started offering the higher education student affairs certificate from this fall semester. It's 12 credit hours certificate program. And so that means if you take 4 classes and you can get this certificate. So this program will be very ideal for students who wanna study further beyond their bachelor's degree, but not sure whether master's degree is the one they are looking for or not. This program, we designed this program is connected to our higher ed master's program. So students who complete this program, obtaining 12 credit hours, all 12 credit hours can be transferred to higher education master's program if they decide to pursue the higher education program. So if you have any questions about our higher education master's program or higher education student affairs graduate certificate, you can ask me after this presentation, or you will see my contact number and information. So please don't hesitate to contact me at any time. Thank you.
So I think I'm the last one to go for the doctoral program. Jennifer, can you show the doctoral program slide?
That is the slide, Dr. Yoon. So we have you and then OLT. So OLT
Oh,
is
I
after
see.
you. Yeah.
So there's a little bit of like a time delay here. I don't see the same screen, but I can share. So we do have excellent math programs, and some of you may be thinking, oh, I don't want to think about doctoral program now, but our doctoral program is for those who want to be a faculty member or a higher upper administration organizational leader. And these days, the upper position expects and requires a doctoral degree. It's a 60 credit hour program, and people who take like 2 courses a semester can usually finish between 4 to 6 years and all online. And so Dr. Kim already mentioned how you will have quality interaction with the faculty. I do believe a true great strength that is rare, you cannot find it elsewhere, is our program is the first doctoral program on campus and nationwide, one of the largest, meaning benefits wise, you probably heard about how difficult or like time consuming long it takes to get a doctoral degree. But because of the sheer size of our faculty and expertise, all of our research tools courses are from higher ed, meaning you are not mixed up with the students from other departments, but course content and research skills you will learn will all relate to the higher ed. And we are very proud about having produced the largest number of college presidents and leaders, second probably in the state of Texas. And so if you consider a doctoral program and maybe open to what's next after the master program of your interest. And we have students who started their doctoral after getting their master's in EdTech or higher ed or OLT. And we have a lot of flexibility in terms of courses selection and offering. So hope you can, this can be a very meaningful journey to me and to many people. Doctorate is one of the highest prestigious degree, and it's a long, serious investment. And I do believe it will be a very good, wise investment if you really seriously plan for your long-term career. Thank you.
There's the information if you need contact information there. And then Dr. Kwan, if you'll share information on our Organization Learning Technology Masters.
Okay, Jennifer, can you go on to the OLT slides?
I did. I've pushed it. Do you not see it?
Yeah, now I can see higher education certificate slide.
So we
We're
go
still
back.
seeing the student affairs graduate certificate, Jennifer.
That's
we didn't
weird.
See Sungwon's slide either.
That's weird because
Yeah.
it's on mine. That is weird. Let me stop share and see. That's
Yeah,
very
maybe you
strange.
need to start over. Yeah.
Yeah, let me do that again. Sorry about that.
Okay, that's good. Okay, our Master in Organization Learning and Technology, we call it OLT program, is particularly aimed at working professional to wanna be a leader and training and development professional and organizational development change consultant. So we believe that talent and organization development is the most important issue in any today's organizations. So you will acquire and apply knowledge and skills related to adult education, training technologies, and transfer of training and leadership theories and practices. So after completing this degree, many students have achieved career advancement in their own organization as a team leader or a team leader or upper level executives, or can find a new career opportunity in a variety of organizational settings, including for-profits, non-profits, and educational institutions. Like other master's degrees, we are fully online program. You can earn a master after taking 10 courses and earn a graduate certificate after taking 4 required courses. We have 6-7 week semesters, so after you are admitted, you can start at any time. Jennifer, next slide. Okay, got it. So this is the Master in OLT program structure. You can start directly by applying Masters in OLT, or if you are not sure what is my concentration, or you are not ready to do a full swing in this moment, you can start by choosing one of the 3 graduate certificates. We will offer 4 required courses for organization development certificate in this spring 2021. So you can earn the graduate certificate only within spring semester. For more information, the courses for the talent development certificate will be offered in fall 2021. The courses for instructional design will be offered in spring and summer semester. All the courses you will take for each semester, each certificate can be usable to pursue the master in OLT. So the certificate is a stepping stone to reach out to earn a master in OLT. So this is the overall structure of MS OLT. And in the next slide, there is a contact point and including me and Jennifer and other staff. So if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. Thank you.
Okay, so now we will open up if anybody has any questions. Let us know. This is the time to open up, and you've got the floor of the faculty to answer your questions.
If I get my application in, is it possible to still start courses in January?
For the graduate, for the master programs and the grad certificates, yes. Are you wanting to? Okay, yes, yes, you can.
Perfect, thank you.
My suggestion would be to do it as soon as possible. In the next week, our graduate school will be going on vacation. So if you've got transcripts and things like that from other universities, I would go ahead and ask for electronic transcripts. That will be the fastest route rather than having it mailed by the post office. And plus, with all of the Christmas stuff and holiday stuff going out, it's going to be delayed. So my suggestion, let's do it electronically. So the way that works, if you go to your university, your former university, and ask for it electronically, usually they ask for which university you want to send it to. If you are doing a graduate, a master's program, and they want an email address, send it to Dela Bergen. Did that answer that question?
It did, thank you very much. I'm partway, my Applied Texas application is already done. I just have to submit my payment and get my transcripts taken care of.
And that's how you can do that. Very good. Thank you so much, Lynn.
Hey there, I have a question. I know you guys said, so financial aid doesn't really apply for the certifications. Does that apply to the Quick Start grant as well?
No, so for the Quick Start grant, it will cover professional certifications and graduate certificates.
Oh, awesome.
So you may use the Quick Start grant for that. The only thing I require is that you get that recommendation form from your supervisor, and I can send that to you. So it's a real easy process, but you have to be fully or conditionally admitted to a program in order to qualify for the Quick Start grant.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Any other questions that anybody has? This is your time to ask the questions. If you've got questions on our doctoral program, our master programs, anything that you're thinking that you really would like to understand how the programs work. If you're interested in a doctoral program, if you want to know more about the residency, how that works, how dissertation works, this is the time to ask that. Or if you're doing a master's, if a EDD is something that you see for your future, this is the avenue to do it.
I have a question. As far as transcripts, if we are a current student, the process for providing transcripts, is it still the same with you guys?
No. So even though you're a current student for undergrad, what you will do is fill out a new application through Apply Texas for graduate school. Just select Texas A&M University Commerce as the last school attended, and we will pull that transcript for you. You don't have to send it to us.
Thank you.
Question on the Quick Start grant. If I am a certified teacher, but not currently working in a classroom at this time, but working for the public schools, would I still be eligible?
You are an employee with a public school?
Yes, ma'am.
Then you're fine. You'll just have to submit your supervisor signature for that.
I can do. Thank you.
Well, why don't we have our faculty tell us why you guys should come to Texas A&M University Commerce? What sets us apart from other universities in the Dallas-Fort Worth area?
Well, I'm going to go ahead and respond to that. I can speak for the Educational Technology Library Science program. We offer students who go through our program, they are able to create a digital portfolio, which they can use as they go forth to look for positions. And 9 times out of 10, that is what employers find really interesting, as it gives them a snapshot of the person who is applying for the position. So that would be something that would translate really well between the coursework you would take in the program and then the real life experiences that you would be expected to take over.
I might add to that that the Educational Technology Library Science Master's degree is the only one of its kind in the state, possibly in the country. At most schools of Library and Information Science, they offer the MLS, Masters in Library Science, or MLIS, Masters in Library and Information Science. We don't have the MLS or MLIS at our university, but we have had the School Librarian Certification Program we've had the Educational Technology Masters for quite some time. And combining those two together allows the student to get the master's that's required for School Librarian Certification. But it's a very unique degree by combining educational technology with that certification. And so what Dr. Naj, when I've had students tell me that that when it comes down to it, the choice between them and another candidate, their principal or hiring team has hired them because of the educational technology background that is demonstrated in the portfolio and all of the projects and learning designs that that they create in their ed tech classes. So you'll have a leg up if that's the program you're interested. You're smiling, Lockie. Is that the program you are interested in?
I just love listening to you guys talk.
Oh.
I'm looking into the school librarian certification.
Okay.
You're absolutely true. I work in a library at a school right now, and it is heavily technological. And
yeah. Yeah. You had asked the question about financial aid for graduate certificates, and it doesn't cover standalone school librarian certification, but it absolutely does cover the Master's in Educational Technology Library Science. So wanted to make sure you knew that.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess just to add here, one of the reasons why I think we will be a great fit is because our department is diverse. And so we bring different perspectives, backgrounds, experiences. And so what you will get from us is a more holistic experience from different perspectives.
I have a question, if that's okay. So I'm actually enrolled and have emailed with Jennifer and Dr. Kwan. I'm doing the instructional design certification program. I'm currently an adjunct faculty member at Texas Women's and have a master's in biology, but with the epidemic and everything going online, science teaching online and specifically laboratory teaching online is challenging. And really, also very interested in educational technology. And I noticed with the instructional design, there's not specifically called out a course in instructional or educational technology. Is that something that if I wanted to take a class in that, to tie into the instructional design piece a little better, is that something that could be worked out and available? Or how would I go about getting, I have a friend who's a designer. She said designer is great, but you really need the technology piece to support that. So just had some questions about that. So maybe this isn't the right forum, but I thought I'd throw it out there.
Who would like to answer that question? Dr. Donlinger or Dr. Kwan? Do y'all want to just
I
piggyback each other?
was waiting to see if Dr. Kwan wanted to answer, but I suspect that in the certificate alone, there probably is not room for substituting educational technology courses, but there certainly is within the master's. Is that accurate, Dr. Kwan? Yeah.
So our instructional design certificate is not specifically focused on like classroom classroom environment. It's all covered that what kind of things, what kind of what things we can consider when we develop a training course in many different areas and many different settings. So I'm sure you will learn from our course content, because we cover instructional design perspective and also presentation design perspective, and learning technologies in designing online courses. So we cover those types of various skills and settings and environments. So I'm sure you will get how to learn the best. Also, you may have many good ideas from our own content, because our current courses is fully based on instructional design and training design knowledge base. So you may learn how we develop and design our courses. You have many good ideas and tips to develop your courses.
Thank you. Sounds like, I think it's going to be a great program. I'm really excited about it.
Any other questions?
Can I chime in to add something to echo what Dr. Smith and Dr. Kim had said earlier?
Yes.
So I think what really, there are a lot of reasons why I think everyone should enroll in our programs, but one of the many reasons I would say is we really try to provide this holistic experience, and we really work with the student individually. All the faculty member has assigned advisees. So as an advisee, sometimes you tend to get lost, but we walk you through the whole program from the day you start until the day you graduate. So it's not a lone process. It's not a lonely process that you have to figure out everything. We are here to support you. We are here to guide you through this journey. Your success is our success as well. So we are very excited just to be part of your success stories. I hope this will help you to make a decision to come to join our program.
May I ask another question?
Yes, please do. That's what we have time for.
On the technology master's degree that goes with the library science, does that prepare you also to take the exam for the technology through the state as far as the teaching certificate?
It's not a program for the certification in technology applications.
It is not.
It is not.
Okay, that's what I wanted to check with, because I know they're requiring that from a lot of the teachers at the middle school I work with. So I just wanted to know if that would prepare me for taking that exam, or, I mean, I certainly can't hurt, but I just didn't know if that was a focus.
The technology applications really are things that you would learn in like IT kind of classes or multimedia kind of classes, because the tech apps it's like audio, video, webmastering, those kinds of things. They really are multimedia technologies. So IMED typically is one of the the course names. Anyway, what our programs are, the courses in educational technology, are about how to support learning with those things. Does that make sense? The technologies that are used. So first of all, like how to go about designing instruction that is for learning, and then how to use technologies to support that. So
perfect. Okay, I just crossed my mind that that's something that I know teachers are working towards. So I didn't know if Again, it won't hurt, but it just is
Right.
not a focus.
Right.
Okay.
The information,
Thank
I do have my certification in tech apps. I was a teacher for 11 years, and I will tell you that the information will not hurt you for that test, but it may not cover all the competencies.
Perfect. That's perfect. That answers my question completely.
Just trying to, for those of you who are in the audience that have not spoken, you may be interested in the higher ed component of the department, and I thought I should say a little bit about that, and also why you should consider being a student in a department for that particular study. As some of you know or may not know, the field of higher education is a very challenging and very interesting multidisciplinary field of study, and it addresses significant global issues in almost every regard, from how organizations should function, to how adults learn, to how organizations of various kinds would work toward developing themselves toward a better future than in the past. And this is particularly interesting in light of the pandemic, when everything that we now consider to be normal may not necessarily be all that advantageous anymore, even if we could resume some sense of normalcy. The beauty about our program is we have quite a few faculty members from top tier type institutions, for instance, who are very knowledgeable and also have research expertise in all the cutting edge areas of higher education. And if higher education is to continue to provide an important passport for all citizens of the globe toward a better future, we need to figure out a way to do it in a different way. We have already been very innovative in that. Even prior to the pandemic, for instance, most if not all of our classes are already online. So the mere idea that many institutions and many professors have to kind of like mobilize quickly and learn just the very basics, for instance. So we just simply stand aside and say, where have you all been? We have essentially been doing this for many years now. So if you're interested in working in a college or a university, or in the private sector, for instance, that deals with how adults learn, not how kids learn, how adults learn, or how professionals learn and develop themselves, and how organizations need to proceed to a better place than in the past, requires a different kind of assumptions, different kinds of expectations, and also different kinds of creative thought here. You may, for instance, say, an analogy that might be, let's say you got a really nice ice cream store and everyone loves your ice cream, prior to the pandemic. You still have a good ice cream store and good flavors and everything, right? But you don't have customers going in there, not because they don't want to eat your ice cream, but because they're very fearful of contracting something. So you're going to have to figure out, should the pandemic be over, that you can't revert to what you used to know, you're gonna have to figure out how you are going to deliver your services or your product, maybe in a different way or in a different grade or in a way that makes people feel safe, in a way that makes people understand that this is really what it's about. So the comparative advantage would just simply mean that you need to take advantage of what is in store for us in the future. So you see the future as being a new reality here. If you are going to continue to do things the way you have been doing you're not going to have that comparative advantage. So those of you who are interested in post-secondary issues, how adults learn, how adults develop themselves, and how you should view leadership and followership, and how you need to figure out how to motivate people to be creative and to be entrepreneurship, and also to deal with the ambiguity of modern organizations as they have presented themselves. This is what our field of higher education is about. All of us on this panel who are in higher education understands these complexities and these ambiguities. And we are always very excited to share that knowledge with all of us, with all of you in courses. So if you ever know of someone, or if you yourself are thinking always about working in a college or a university, we are ready for you. This will be a department that's unlike any others that I know about. You know, I've been in higher education in the field for over 40 years. Most recently, I was in a university further north of us, and we've always been very creative. But you know, this is a whole new kind of creativity that we have been able to put together. Wish that a lot more people would know exactly what we are about and how we can indeed help people seek careers in higher education in all of its complexity. So if you have any questions about what I've said, just let me know. I'll be very happy to discuss it at great length.
Dr. Tan, I think you brought up a good point. A question I get often from students is, how do I make the transition from public school to higher education? So maybe this would be a great venue right now to maybe discuss how some of the prospective students who are with us today that might be thinking about that, an inclination. That's something that I thought about 8 years ago, and so now I made the transition as well from public school to higher ed. So
just quickly answering your question, all of us here in the department have always known that if you understood how a college or a university works, you would know how any organizations work. And that includes the ambiguities and the future state of process that need to be in play for modern type organizations. So, and if you had taken organizational theory and leadership theory courses with us, teaching and learning types of courses as well, you could very easily make that transition, if you choose to do so, from a K-12 setting to a post-secondary setting. And a post-secondary setting do not necessarily include just simply the formalized college and university setting. It could include the workplace, for instance, which involves formal and informal teaching and learning. You don't call them courses, you don't call them teachers, but you could call them trainers or training programs or modules or whatever the case. whatever the case happens to be. So if you have taken organizational theory courses with us, and if you choose to still want to be in a K-12 setting, I still think that you have a better understanding about how organizations work and leadership and followership issues that need to be addressed in a way that provides for a healthier type of organization. So even issues that are related to how learners learn, for instance, we cover the gamut from the andragogical to the pedagogical, and somewhere in between we incorporate technology, self-directed learning. We have courses that deals with transformative learning. For instance, you know, we have an issue in this country, for instance, where we don't even know exactly what an educated person is or what makes an educated person. Or maybe from a teacher's perspective, how do we create a situation whereby students would like to learn something or skill, or maybe just simply some information, right? So the field of adult education, which is an important part of our education, provides you with many of those insights. You know, how do you, for instance, talk to an environmentalist or about something that's diametrically opposed to what you believe in. So the field of higher education is, as I've indicated earlier, it's a multidisciplinary. It's not an interdisciplinary, it's a multidisciplinary, in that we borrow ideas from many different disciplines. We don't apologize for it. Actually, we see it as a strength rather than a weakness, for instance.
So I think, Dr. Tan, you've actually drummed up some interest. And so there's a question that has been posed to the group that, do you have to have an undergrad degree in education to apply for the master's in higher ed?
Would someone else? No, but would someone else like to address that question? No, our higher education degree is a multidisciplinary. So if you come from sociology, for instance, or political science, or anywhere, just be sure that you expose yourself to the other disciplines. And that's what is needed to address or to understand any significant global issues facing the nation. If you want to understand.
She's coming from a communications degree, David.
Communications will be great too, because that is an important lifeblood of almost anything. So if you can combine that with a better understanding of how organizations work and how different sorts of communications patterns and practices need to be executed, you know, you're gonna have a very interesting time taking courses with us. And remember, if you ever are employed in a college or a university, it's a place where you want to come to work because you want to come to work, not because you have to come to work. And you see it as being a great experimental station where, you know, if you see someone or a student getting into trouble, you don't jail the student, but you see that as a learning opportunity for our students. So it's an exciting field of study, and it's something that can prepare you to seek careers in many different arenas, not just in a college or a university.
Thank you, Dr. Tan. Anybody else have any questions before we close for the evening? Any other professors would like to say anything? Dr. Kim, I don't know if you have anything else to say about the higher ed.
Oh, so about the major, I have seen so many students from the different background. I have seen students with the music major degree, kinesiology degree. So, and for example, I'm higher education faculty member. My undergraduate major is history. So don't worry about your undergraduate major. You'll be good. And our program offer lots of job opportunities. I have seen so many students who could get their dream job after getting master's degree from us. So if you have any further questions, don't hesitate and please contact me. I will be happy to answer any questions. Good to see you all.
Thank you, Sylvia. Thank you all for coming today. We really appreciate having you here, and I hope it was informative for you all. And I will take the opportunity I need to do some corrections on the slides, and then I will send those out to you all, to everyone that had registered for the event. And our plan is probably to do another one in the spring. So let your colleagues know that we're here. And we have some really great opportunities for students, master's, doctoral, graduate certificates. So, the sky's the limit as far as getting your education at A&M Commerce.
Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you,
Thank you,
everyone.
Jennifer.
Thank you, Jennifer. And
Thank
thank
you,
all.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night, y'all.
Thank you,
Bye.
Jennifer.
Bye, Dr. Tan. Thank you. It's good to see you, Dr. Tan.
Bye.
Bye-bye.